Hello, people of the internet, and welcome to another video here on Pez of the Mind. I am James Phoenix. With me is Chris the Mole,
Hello, Internet.
and this is another episode of the Final Countdown. Alright. This is the monthly show where we count down the top 5 of whatever I feel like counting down that month. And this month, sticking with our ongoing theme that has been for 2018, and that is our Year of Heroes. You can see all the past hero videos on our channel, as well as last year, 2017's Year of Villains. So check that out as well. But today we will be doing our top 5 hero pets. That's right, pets of heroes or pets that are in and of themselves heroes.
Yep.
All right, so I don't think we really had a whole lot of rules for this one. So Mo, go ahead with number 5.
The only rule we had is you can't have multiple versions of the same pet.
Well, right, yeah, that makes sense.
But number 5,
Nice.
Pikachu. He's not my favourite Pokemon. I actually prefer Togepi, but I think Pikachu's better served for a hero pet, as he is the mascot and the main pet throughout the whole series.
Yep.
And yeah, he fights his own little battles. He has his own little adventures, spin-offs and stuff. He's a good little guy.
Yeah.
So I have to go to Pikachu. And he has a lot of personality for someone that doesn't talk except for the latest movie.
He talks?
He says something in the latest movie.
Okay, then.
It's worth watching.
Fair enough.
Technically, he talks in Detective Pikachu, but that's not the same Pikachu as Pet Pikachu.
Right, that's a Detective Pikachu. That's in a whole different Pokemon world.
Yeah, because I gave it to the one from the anime, in case people are wondering. Not just any Pikachu, it's the one that's Ash's particular Pikachu.
Right.
Your number 5?
Yes. Let me... Come on, turn sideways.
Overweight.
No, I know, I'm getting it on there correctly. And I'm also going to turn down the brightness for a second so you might actually be able to see it. Okay. My rhyme is... It's still kind of bright, but it's Hedwig the Owl from Harry Potter.
That's an owl?
That's an owl. I know, it's hard to say. I angle it. There we go. How about that?
Oh, yeah, I can see it now. It's because it's really white, so the blue's shining. It's just like a blue light. I'm like, okay, now I see an owl face. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an owl. It's the owl from Harry Potter.
Yeah, it's Hedwig the Owl, who is great because she's incredibly loyal to Harry, as has been seen. She actually is not just a pet; she serves use because she delivers mail and runs messages, as most owls do in the Harry Potter world. And she had a really great moment where she actually had, yes, pets can have jobs.
I didn't say they couldn't have jobs. I said they took our jobs.
Oh yes, it took our jobs. Anyway, and also, of course, the spoilers for anybody who hasn't read the Harry Potter series or who cares. Of course, in Deathly Hallows, Hedwig does sacrifice herself by taking a killing curse for Harry, kind of ending her journey rather sadly. But Hedwig was good while she lasted. She kind of really helped Harry have a connection to the wizarding world, especially when he was trapped at the Dursleys over the summer and wasn't around the other wizards. So she was very important, and I think they did a great job with, and especially being that it was a real owl in it. At least in the movie form, it was. Obviously in the book it's whatever you imagine it to be, but in the movie it was a real owl. So, owls are not particularly. They don't like to do shit you tell them to do. So the fact that they, got what they needed to out of her was really impressive to make the owl look good in the movie. So that's cool.
They're also endangered now because of that owl, because of that movie.
Really?
Yes, a load of Harry Potter fans decided to take owls as pets and were completely misequipped for looking after them and have killed them.
Oh, that sucks.
That's the Harry Potter fans for you.
Lovely. Anyway, number 4, Mole.
Schnaff.
Nice. Good choice.
He's someone who doesn't see himself as a pet. He has his own little personality. He does his own little stuff, and he sees himself more as a babysitter for Lionel.
Mm-hmm.
Because Lionel's a little kid, and then eventually grows up in the first episode due to the whole time process and all that. Yep. But Snaff still sees himself as his little nanny looking after him and brings him like teddies and swords. And every time Lionel's like, I'm too old for this, Snaff. Like there, he's holding the sword of omens. He's like, "No, I'm too old to play with my sword." And he's like, "But Lion-O, no, I'm too old." Snarf. He's like, "Lion-O." And eventually he gets him his sword. And he's like, "Ah," and he becomes the Lord of the Thundercats. But I like Snarf. He has his own little personality. I like him. I don't like his cousin.
He has a cousin?
But I like Snarf. There was like a planet of Snarfs, and there was like another Snarf introduced, and he just wasn't as good.
Okay. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but in the recent reboot, wasn't Snarf an actual pet?
In the recent reboot, in the old one, he was more like, he was still a pet. He just had personality like Garfield and stuff. But basically, in the new one, yeah, he didn't speak. He just goes, "I'm getting scared," and runs around. He literally is just a pet.
Yeah.
But I went and gave it to the original because he's more fondly known.
Makes sense. All
the
right.
new one is cute.
Fair enough. My number 4. I gave it to like an Appa, the flying bison of the Avatar.
Nice.
I was torn between him and Momo, but Appa's cooler. Nothing against Momo. I like Momo, but he's a flying bison. Come on. And Appa's awesome. He's got a great personality where he's just like this big fluffy guy that everybody loves, but he's also really tough and can fight off enemies. Plus, he can fly and act as a mode of transportation. I mean, what more could you ask from a pet?
Yep.
Appa's awesome, and he's also endangered. He's the last flying bison as far as we know. So, fair enough. Number 3, Bowl.
Number 3 is an obvious one, but it has to make the list. Crypto.
Yeah, I'd do it.
I mean, come on. When you think hero pet, you think Crypto. He's not necessarily the best thing going, but he's famous enough and he's carved out his own little niche. People like him. He even had his own spin-off cartoon, but I gave it to Crypto from the comics because, yeah, it's Crypto, and even nowadays they still use him now and again just to poke fun at the old days, and I like Crypto. It's nice that Superman has a dog.
And he had a great cartoon series.
I mentioned that.
Yeah. All right. Let me get my next picture here.
Go with number 4 or 3.
I was saying it's number 3. Stop trying to confuse me.
Like I said 4 or 3 because I don't know what order you do them in because you always just make it up when you're here. Like, I'll go with this one. So well, shouldn't there be an order? Otherwise, it's not counting down.
Yeah. Anyway, my number 3 here. Too right. Is Brain from Inspector Gadget.
Nice.
Because let's be honest, he did most of the work on that show. Inspector Gadget was useless except for when he did stuff accidentally. Penny figured everything out, and then Brain had to do the work.
Yeah, I was going to say, Penny did a lot of the work.
Well, Penny did all the thinking, and she figured out all the plots.
A lot of the detectives, the puzzles, and stuff like that.
Yeah, but then Brain had to do all the legwork, like actually spying on the bad guys and like putting on disguises and shit.
Yep.
But he was cool, and I like that he had this communicator thing, and like Penny could understand him, but nobody else could.
Yep.
That was always funny, and he was just entertaining. He always looked so exasperated that they were making him do the work too. It was just so funny. And I did appreciate that when they made the live action movie, as much as it wasn't all that good, that they did put that little joke in at the end where they actually had the thing come out on the dog that was playing Brain, and then they went other way. They actually had Don Adams doing the voice, which is funny as hell.
Yep.
So yeah, Brain is cool.
Which is weird because he didn't actually have a voice.
No, he just rah, 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 rah.
Which makes it funnier than giving him a voice in the movie.
Yeah. All right. Number 2, Mole.
But speaking of things that have a voice. Salem Hagen.
Nice.
I went with this with the Nickelodeon. I think it was Nick, the Nickelodeon sitcom version because that's my favourite one. His voice and everything's just really adorable. Nice. He started as a real cat and they moved to a puppet so they could do more with him. This is puppet version. But I liked Salem. He had his own little goals. He was cursed because he broke the law to basically be a cat for, I think it was like 1,000 years or 100 years or something. And they make him a cat that has his own personality. And yeah, it's really funny. And he ends up having to become their pet, basically, and gets fed. He even though he keeps insisting, I'm not a pet, but he needs him to feed him and stuff. He's funny.
Yeah.
I like Salem.
He is great. Nick McCain does a great job voicing him, too. Salem. So much fun. All right. Number 2. I gave it to Scooby-Doo. Because he's Shaggy's pet dog, that's established, but he's funny and entertaining, and he's great at solving mysteries, even if a lot of times it's because he did it accidentally, because he bumps into the monster and because he's running around scared or something. He's a fun dog, and he's brave when he needs to be. He eats Scooby snacks and does the job. He's great at acting as live bait, and he's the heart of the team. It's Scooby-Doo. Come on. He's great.
I will warn you.
Yep.
We are meeting in December.
Uh-huh.
If Scrappy is number 1, you will be slapped. Repeatedly.
No.
Good. Just Scooby.
Just Scooby for number 2. And you're number 1, Mole.
My number 1, which may be the only time one of these will be on the list. Everyone's favorite, Pet Ghost. It's Slimer. He was basically in the real Ghostbusters. He ends up living with him as a pet. In other adaptations and guides, they do refer to him as a pet ghost. So, yeah, Slimer.
Yeah, I thought about that, but I wasn't sure if he counted as a pet. But that's fair enough.
He does.
Cool. Go Slimer. Okay. All right. And my number 1, I hope this comes across right. And this is one version of this was the first version that I ever knew of to even know that the character was a thing, so I use this one, but I've seen other versions since then, and they're usually all pretty good, even if they're different. But I went with Ace the Bat Hound. That's the Batman Beyond version there, him with old Bruce in the future. Which is the first time I ever saw the character was Batman Beyond, and I loved how he was there in the cave. He looked after Bruce. There were several instances where bad guys broke in, and he started attacking the bad guys to defend his master. And he was just really useful and great as a companion for Bruce to have in the cave, so he wasn't alone even when Terry was out doing stuff. So I always liked him as the he was just a dog that was there to help with Bruce, and his name happened to be Ace. Versus other versions, like for example, I know. I like the version of Ace the Bat Hound that appeared in the Crypto show where like he actually had a cowl and ears and he actually had a glider he flew around on like Batman. That was awesome too.
Yep.
Yeah, I just think it's cool. I just think the idea of a Bat Hound is cool, especially because I think he actually is supposed to be like a Greyhound, and so he's a Bat Hound. It's really fun, and I like that. So I think that's good, and I think at least from the perspective of the Batman Beyond version, I like how he makes sense to be with Batman versus Crypto being a dog from Krypton. It's like, that's cool. I like the idea of Crypto, but the more you think about it, the less sense it makes.
Technically, the more you think about it, the less sense it makes for Batman to have a dog. Because he's a loner, and dogs are literally the symbol of loyalty.
That's true.
And love and stuff. I'd argue Superman better suits that than Batman.
That's true. Although it does make more sense in Batman Beyond where he's kind of old and not fighting and wants him there. I mean, it makes sense in that version, but that's the only version.
Not really, because even in the comics, when you had older Bruce, he doesn't have to use a dog. He's very independent and will go out of his way to like make tech suits to keep moving. He doesn't want to be just some crippled old man with a dog.
True, except that Batman purely showed that he did that shit and the suits that he made almost killed him, so...
Yes, but that's a character flaw. If he's willing to dive and lean on a dog.
Fair enough.
Did you have any honorable mentions?
Well, Crypto kind of goes without saying. I also did consider Pikachu, and I'm glad that you included it, so we got to mention that. Other than that was about what I had.
I had 3, and technically they're all dogs.
Okay.
One of which is another ghost, which will appear on my list. I had Zero from Nightmare Before Christmas.
That's a good choice.
I had Milo from The Mask.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think about him.
I love him, and he went on to be Eddie later on in Frasier.
He did.
which was fun. And I loved it when he got the mask on him. He's like, wrong with the big-headed dog.
Yeah, that was true. I didn't even think about that. I love that movie too. Damn, I wish I'd have thought of that.
The last one, which won't be on anyone else's list, I just love him as with how he was. Eddie McDowell from 100 Good Deeds for Eddie McDowell.
That was a good show. I didn't watch that many episodes, but that was a good show.
Highly underrated. I prefer season 1. Because season 1, I think you had Seth Green voicing him. When they changed voice actors, they got rid of a load of the supporting cast in the later seasons. But I liked the supporting cast, like his sister and his family, and how the boy interacted, and how the dog was impending on him, while also trying to teach the dog to be good. So
yeah,
both the dog and the kid were learning from each other. I like that.
Which is good. Yeah. Also, I didn't even know this, but I will mention this one because I did read it. Apparently, the Flash had a super speed cat, which I didn't know, so that's cool.
Yeah, a lot of them have had pets, like Supergirl had a pony or a horse.
Yeah, she had a horse. That's like, I'm like, oh, what are you, She-Ra?
Yeah. To think like this, though, what animal do boys like? Dogs. A lot of them are dogs, Batman, Superman, and stuff. What animal do girls like? Horses and ponies. A lot of girls superheroes had horses and ponies. It makes sense.
That's true. Oh, there's an honorable mention, Battle Cat.
Yep.
He-Man. All right.
And of course, Jim wants to honorably mention the dog from VR Troopers.
Ha! No. I didn't even remember there was a dog on that show.
Yeah, he was a dog. He was funny.
Okay, then. Why not? At any rate.
And honorable mention to Flounder. No. Just not honorable mention to Flounder.
Yeah, no, let's not do that.
It's funny when I talk to someone about pets. One person people are putting on the list, I'm like, he's not a pet.
Okay.
Was Winnie the Pooh.
He's not a pet, he's a stuffed animal.
A lot of people were calling him a pet of Christopher Robin. Like, no. He's a cuddly toy that a mentally insane child imagines is alive and talking to him. He's not a pet. He's a cry for help.
And in that new movie, a mentally insane adult.
Yes, which is still a cry for help.
Yes.
However, I do love Winnie the Pooh, and if I personally counted him, he'd be on my list.
Yeah, I agree. Also, as it just now occurs to me, honorable mention to Abu the monkey from Aladdin. I forgot about that too.
He was awesome.
All right. So stay tuned. Next month for October, we will be doing our top 5 hero fails, instances in which the heroes failed to complete their mission or were defeated. It doesn't necessarily have to be a permanent defeat. It can be a temporary defeat that they did eventually come back from, as long as it is a defeat of some kind. Or a failure to save someone, something, the world, what have you.
Yeah, it's like their biggest failure, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So, with that, Mole, thank you for joining me.
A pleasure.
I'm James Phoenix, and we'll see you next time, folks. Peace.